everyone, happy Thursday. So it's Raven here. It's just me this week. Kyle couldn't make it, so we're switching things up and I'm going to do the blog for this week. And I felt really inspired to talk about the topic of the roles of gender and anger. I had a really powerful experience recently that's inspired me to talk about this topic, and for me it's a really important topic, and it is my hopes that in sharing my experience that you'll be able to get something from it. I just want to give a disclaimer that I am not here like as a teacher or anything like that, but just as someone who wants to share their experience with the hopes that it can resonate with other people, or that it might. So I just wanted to give that disclaimer first, because I don't want to speak in a place of like, I know something and I know everyone's experience, because I don't. I only know mine. So, in talking about the roles of gender and anger, and if you see me look down, I'm just looking, I have some notes here, because I'm not like Kyle, and I can't just channel it into the screen, and I'm a little nervous, so. But like I said, I had a really powerful realization about how I respond to anger, specifically to male anger, to a masculine kind of anger. And I realized that usually my immediate reaction is to contract, most often because I'm terrified, just based on how I've grown up. And around my father's anger, I think my immediate response is to contract and get small. And that's often because I'm scared. And so a question that came up was, am I protecting them from their own anger? And so after speaking with someone who's very dear to me about this, and who's also a young woman, I gained further insight into how and why I react to masculine anger in such a way. And so she so beautifully put these two reasons, and I'm not reading them verbatim, but this is like the general concept, was that one, I'm fearful that they'll internalize my reaction and then they'll feel guilty, and then I don't want them to feel guilty and I don't want them to feel hurt, right? And so that's just like another form of protection. So I'm trying to think of an example. And so like my dad often had a lot of anger and would take it out on me and my brother. Feels more like me, but when he would get really mad and it felt like a rage, I would just like get so scared and like hurt to the point where like I felt like so defeated, and I would be so upset and just like sobbing, right? And then he would feel some sort of guilt, and then that guilt would lead him to an apology, and it would lead him to be vulnerable. And that was really the only time that I got to see him vulnerable. But it had to take all of that to get to see him in a state of vulnerability. And then I would feel bad, right? Like I'm seeing this part of my dad that I had never seen, the part that's behind the anger, and I'm feeling like it's okay, right? Like it's okay. That's my immediate reaction. Like, oh, okay, like you have all this pain and it's okay, like I'm okay. And I think in doing that, I'm now realizing that in a sense it could have been like I'm protecting them from their anger, because like I don't want them to feel hurt, right? Because their pain is what's causing me pain, and like I know how it feels, and I'm so scared of their anger, like I don't want them to have to feel it either, kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just the thoughts that I'm having right now. And so the second thing that she pointed out to me that I agree with was that, or I can relate to, is that the other reaction that I have is I'm fearful because I'm scared that they're gonna get even more angry, and then I'll become the target, right? Like I'll become the target for their pain, and then that can show up. And it has shown up for me either like with mental pain, emotional pain, or even physical pain. Because like now, like I was already the target for their anger, and now because like I've pointed it out, or like I've relayed it in such a way that the reaction is even more anger and rage. And so I'm scared of that. And so because I'm scared of that, it's been I've learned to, like, one, contract, and also avoid, right? Like, okay, if I just stay quiet and I let it go, like, he'll calm down and it'll be okay. But in a way, I'm like perpetuating or almost allowing this cycle to continue by like experiencing, and I'm just gonna use my dad as an example, so if he ever watches this, I'm sorry, but I'm experiencing his anger, and because it's like so intense and like I feel like, oh, so terrible, like I'm just gonna avoid it at all costs, which doesn't help my relationship with him, right? Because then I just get anxious and avoidant. And so I don't sorry, I don't really know where I'm going with this, if I'm even going anywhere, but just to share the realization that I had is like, I didn't realize that I had been doing this, that I had this pattern within me for like whenever like any of the partners that I've been with, like if they've been really angry, I would just contract. I would get small, and like all of a sudden, however I was feeling didn't matter. Like whatever I was upset about didn't matter because their rage just suddenly took over, and my immediate reaction is like, I need to dispel this situation. Like I need to calm him down because I can't deal with this right now. And so like here I am like taking care of someone else's anger. And I just feel that this is a really important topic for me to share about, because I don't imagine that I'm alone, and that a lot of women feel this way. And of course that's a general statement, and I don't want to generalize, but when you think like culturally and like within the roles of society, like, and even like biologically, I think, you know, the masculine and the feminine shows up in different ways. And so I just really wanted to talk about my own experience of that, and the roles that anger and gender have played in my life. And I'm now coming to an awareness of really how I've been impacted and what my reactions are. And so it's just my hope in sharing that, as I said in the beginning, that other people, maybe this will resonate with other people, and that's really my goal, and just like open the discussion and open the topic. And of course, like if anyone ever wants to talk about this, or if I'm talking about this and it's bringing up stuff for you, like feel free to reach out to me. My email is raven, RAVEN, .inquirymethod, INQUIRYMETHOD, right, method, yeah, at gmail.com. And the other things that you can do are reach out to any affiliate coaches that we have, which you can check out on our website. They're amazing, they're great, and they've been trained to help coach you through the things that come up when these things come up, because they do come up. And once you have the awareness of it, that's amazing. That's the first step. And then it's okay to seek help too, because like I don't think I would have been able to come to this realization on my own. I needed the help of a coach and multiple coaches to have this awareness of myself and my own pattern. And that's going to look different for everyone. And the other thing that you can do is join the membership calls, because it's been so powerful to be on these calls and like share experiences that I've had and see how it resonates with other people, and to know that I'm not alone in this, and that it's a safe space for me to share how I'm feeling, and that it's okay that I'm feeling that way. And so the members calls are just really amazing. And if you're not a member, your first call is free, so I highly recommend checking it out. And you can check it out at our website at lifeataltitude.com, and there's a bunch of other perks that come with being a member, so please check it out if you haven't already. But I'm going to end it here because it was a lot longer than I expected. And for those of you who don't know me, I really love to talk, so I'm going to end it here. But thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.